Hello guys, hi people, hi. They off, they go. Come here. They show fade, go, come back. Fade, go, come back. Now it don't start to the show. Let me lower. Oh my God, guys. Thank you for the like now. Don't see. I bet Mona help me share. I want to just play the video for now. This girl, what they call Loveth, when you also get picking for Chibuzor. Favor also get picking for Chibuzor. With the 14 years old, also get picking for Chibuzor. What this man do is that this man will continue to they do eye service good. Yeah. Eye service good, and when they go they do all this eye service, all those good when they do they put for social media, so that anytime when something like this, oh my sister, I'll call you. Anytime when something like this happen, everybody, people will call the defender. Oh, he cannot do this, he cannot do that. But now listening to this girl story, and this girl right now, they run up and down because the man don't send people when they give her OIP after the girl. So the girl now they run. Make we listen to the video together. I don't know if I need to show you guys. Oh yeah, more watch. The number one I want to watch. Okay.
Let's he finished talking. I asked him. I said,
"My show her.
If I agree to this,
my show her.
It's going to be a hidden relationship, right?" He said yes. I said fine. In this situation, what if I get pregnant? He said, "Is he a child? That he won't let me get pregnant?" I said, "It's not about being a child. Pregnancy can happen. So if you're saying you won't let me, it's the same thing that you have to use protection. Whatever will happen, if at all anything will happen." He said, "But how do I expect him to go and get protection? What will he tell people he wants to use it for? Imagine if him going outside." I said, "If that is the case, I will buy it for you." I asked him for money. He gave me 10,000 naira cash that day. And then I went out. I went to everyday supermarket. And I bought him a pack of Durex. Yes.
Durex, that's
came back to the house. Yes, came back to the house. Gave it to him. He was just looking at me and I left. So the next day, he was actually still asking. I have thought about the whole thing because honestly, it's not like I haven't been in a relationship. But someone like him, who he is, the threats, the fear, I was not aware if he had a dirty lifestyle I did not know before now. So I did not know what to be scared of. I didn't know, my head was full. So when people are asking, did he rape you? So it wasn't a rape.
Okay.
So when I thought about this whole thing, I said, okay. I told him, fine, if this is what you want, no problem. But on one condition, I don't ever want to get pregnant. He said he has heard me. I should stop preaching. That do I even see him like someone who will not be able to take care of his child if anybody get pregnant for him? He said, okay, thank God you're the one saying this. So the relationship started. It wasn't once, it wasn't twice. He kept demanding for sex.
Well, he had his way.
Yes, he had his way. And at each single time, he refuses to use the protection.
Okay.
Are you serious?
And I made sure I always reminded him. I said, I asked you to use protection and you're always refusing. He said, I am in his house and I cannot call the shots. I can't tell him what to do in his house.
Of course, my house you do.
So he called the shots and he decides what happened. And I kept telling him, don't get me pregnant and expect me to go for abortion, because I will not. I told him this. He said I should stop preaching. I said, no problem. He kept having his way. I picked up my phone when I woke up that morning, and then I put on my data, and I was getting messages. So a particular message got my attention. This message came with his picture, and it was the same picture as his profile picture then on Facebook.
Who is that?
Apostle Chibuzor.
Okay.
So I was like, could Daddy send me a message in the night? Oh, let me see what it is. So I clicked on the message. At first, I thought maybe because I know so many people use his pictures for their profile picture. So when I clicked on it, it took me to his page. Then I came back to the message. And what was there was, see me later today, we need to talk. That was the content of the message.
Can you remember the dates the message was sent? Is it possible?
I can't remember the dates, but this was between March, April 2019.
Okay, was this sent to the same Facebook you're using now, or what?
No. That my Facebook account was hacked a long time ago.
Okay.
Yes. So he now sent me that message. So when I saw that message, in my mind I was like, why did he have to send me a message when once this morning I'll still get to see him and everything? But I didn't think about it that much, and I did not reply to that message. So I just let it be. By morning, when everybody had woken up, freshened up, and everyone gets to see. So normally when the children are done taking their breakfast, they are always with him. So sometimes they are with him in his room. So when I was done with what I was doing that morning, I also went to his room. I greeted him, he answered me, and I was like, Daddy, it's not, I didn't hide to say it to him. The children were there, and I said it. Daddy, I saw your message. You said I should see you. I hope I did not do anything wrong.
Innocent children. They all want to feel the
Oh. Did that?
Yes.
You not get papa, mama no good.
I wasn't a child. So I felt somehow about that. But I still did not want to think much because of who he is. And then he now asked the children, who wants to swim? Everybody were like, me, I want to swim. So he now said, okay, all of you can go and swim. So I have to join. Yes, there's a swimming pool in his house. So I had to join the children and say, me, so I want to swim. Or I joined the children to leave. And he was like, everybody except Loveth.
That's you?
Yes. Sorry. Amen. Good, try to give you biscuits.
And the pastor picking.
Okay,
Wow.
okay. So he was like, everybody except Loveth. And I stayed back. At some point, I felt scared. And then the children left. He asked me to sit. At this point, it was just me and him in his room. I felt somehow, and I asked him, Daddy, this one is only me and you. I hope nothing is wrong, or did I do anything wrong? He was like, no, don't be scared. So he asked me to sit, and I did. He asked me to switch off my phone. I was still feeling somehow because I wasn't understanding. Like, before that day, there has never been any sign whatsoever that I have never behaved in any bad way whatsoever to him in the house. So, to me, I felt somehow, but then I had to sit. And then he was just looking at me. I was like, Daddy, why are you looking at me? Is there a problem? Did I do anything wrong? He said no, that he wanted to talk to me. I said, okay. He now started talking. He was saying different things in parable, saying different things. I now said, because the way more he was talking, I was feeling scared. I was not scared, not like maybe I haven't heard those words before. I was scared because it was coming from him.
From words like what? Can you just example?
Okay. He said, the first thing he said was that he wants to talk to me, but that he wants to make an instance. That, let us say that I always eat banana. Whenever I am done eating, I always eat. They will give me banana to eat. So after a while, they stopped giving me this banana. So one day, after so many years, I now see this banana from somebody, and I want to eat it. But I cannot buy this banana. But I really want this banana. That's, if I find myself in such a situation, that what will I do?
Who is saying this?
Yes. Dada, stop that, please. He said, if I find myself in such situation, what will I do?
Who is saying this?
Apostle Chibuzor.
Okay.
I said,
and you are the only one there.
It was just me and him in the room.
Private room?
Sorry?
Bedroom.
Yes, in his bedroom.
Okay.
In his bedroom. Come stay with Auntie, okay? Okay. So, this was in his bedroom. And I was like, I told him, if I was in that situation, I've seen the banana I want to eat, but I cannot buy it. I'll simply ask the person that is with banana to give it to me. He now said, okay, that what if it will be very, very difficult for that person to give it to me, or the person might reject me, but I really want it. I said, I just have to beg first.
See old man with old brain. Wait till they catch him. More children.
I think I was 18 then.
18 years, okay.
Yes.
2019, she was 18. Okay.
He kept asking questions based on it. So at some point, I was getting frustrated because I did not want to assume where he was going to. I now asked him, I said, Daddy, please, the question is too much. Tell me what it is. Like, is there something you want to say you're not able to say, or something? Just say it. Let me hear. He now said, okay, that he wants me to do something for him. This thing is to be very difficult for me to do it. But he knows that if I want to do it, I can do it. So at that point, he was not shifting somewhere else. I was like, Daddy, I've not seen you beg somebody for help before. So if you ever need help, I don't think anybody will reject you from giving you help, because you've always helped everybody. He now said, okay. Okay, now that's okay. Let him tell me what it is. That what if he asks me to go into a relationship with him? That what will I say? At that point, my assumption, everything that was in my head came to the conclusion and everything. I was confused. I didn't know what to answer, not because of what he said, but because it was coming from him. I was already sweating. There was AC in the room, but I was sweating and I was scared at the same time. So I was like, I don't understand. But Daddy, you know, there is somebody I want to get married to, and you're aware. So why are you actually asking me to do something like this? Why will you ask me to do something like this? What will I tell him? He said, you don't have to tell him. He doesn't have to know. You just keep it between us. I was like, Even if you're asking me to go into a relationship with you, what kind of relationship exactly? He said I should come on, I should stop talking like I'm a child. Why am I talking like I don't know what I said, no, I don't want to assume. You have to say what you want. So what kind of a relationship are you talking about? He said, okay, since I want him to say it, that he is actually looking for a sexual relationship. I said that you're a pastor. Yes.
My name?
I said that Apostle Chibuzor.
Okay, allegedly.
Yes.
Okay.
He said that after all, he's a man. He has flesh and blood running in his vein. In my head.
He was saying this to you?
Yes. In my head, I was trying to comprehend, like, where this whole idea or whatever it was coming from. So I told him, I said, what if I say no? What if I say no? I want to say no. I don't want to do it. He said, just know that you cannot say no. You know me already. I do not take no for an answer. In fact, he got angry at that moment and said, why do you even think you can say no? You can't say no. I cannot take no for an answer. Who do you even think you are to want to say no to me? People, you do know how many ladies that at my beck and calls. But it's just because I can't go to outside to start doing nonsense. I cannot do this because of who I am. This one, a general overseer. I'm bringing myself down to ask you for something like this, and you're saying no. Who do you think you are? You cannot say no.
Wow.
I was like, wow. But I still want to know, what if I say no? What to come with it? He said, in that case, be ready to leave my house.
You see?
And if you're leaving my house, don't think that I will let you go just like that.
Of course.
Because I know people will start asking you, because people know I like you very well and that you are my daughter. So if you leave my house without you committing any crime, people will start asking questions. And I know you will talk. So if you leave my house, don't think I will just let you go like that. To me, that was a threat.
Of course it is. Right?
It was a threat to me.
Allegedly. What he said is a threat, yes.
Yes.
Big threat.
So I don't know if I should say I thought about this whole thing. I could not think about it. I just told him that, please, I wanted to sleep. This thing was on a Saturday evening. I told him, please, I needed to sleep. I've heard you, and I will think about it.
I remember the month.
Sorry?
I remember the month and the year.
This was in 2019, between March and April.
Okay.
Yes. I left his room.
Then she was 18.
He was calling me back, and I left his room. I went to my room where we do sleep with other children. I couldn't think. I don't know. Like,
she will be 24
I did not
now.
know what to do at that point, and I was confused.
No.
I tried my best to avoid him throughout that day. So the next day, we all went to church. I was in church, and he was on the altar preaching. I wasn't seeing him. Everything I was saying was the things he was saying into my head. They keep sounding, they keep coming back, but I was just on my own. I was just there. Nobody knew what I was going through. We came back to the house that Sunday. I tried my possible best to avoid him. And then on Monday, he sent for me.
Oh, no.
Of course.
On Monday, he sent for me. That the children came, Daddy, Auntie Loveth, Daddy's calling you. What will I tell the children? If I tell them to go and tell him that I'm not coming, what will I be explaining to them? So I just stood up and I went to meet him. He was like, are you still thinking? I'm sure you've made up your mind about this whole thing, that he doesn't know what I'm thinking about. After all, it's not like I'm a virgin. After all, that if I just agree, whatever I wanted, he will give me.
This one a picking when you train, no.
Money. I'm planning for my wedding. He was going to give me the best
No,
wedding.
these people need to rot inside.
Do this, saying so many things. I was just looking at him.
No.
When he finished talking, I asked him, I said, I am aware that if I agree to this, it is going to be a hidden relationship, right? He said, yes. I said, fine. In this situation, what if I get pregnant? He said, is he a child? That he won't let me get pregnant. I said, it's not about being a child. Pregnancy can happen. So if you're saying you won't let me, it's the same thing that you have to use protection. Whatever will happen, if at all anything will happen. He said, but how do I expect him to go and get protection? What will he tell people he wants to use it for? Imagine if him going outside. I said, if that is the case, I will buy it for you.
Okay.
I asked him for money. He gave me 10,000 naira cash that day. And then I went out. I went to everyday supermarket. And I bought him a pack of Durex. Yes.
Durex, that's
came back to the house. Yes, came back to the house. Gave it to him. He was just looking at me and I left. So the next day, he was actually still asking. I have thought about the whole thing because honestly, it's not like I haven't been in a relationship. But someone like him, who he is, the threats, the fear, I was not aware if he had a dirty lifestyle I did not know before now. So I did not know what to be scared of. I didn't know, like, my head was full.
Of course.
So when people are asking, did he rape you? So
No.
It wasn't a rape. So when I thought about this whole thing, I said, okay. I told him, fine, if this is what you want, no problem. But on one condition, I don't ever want to get pregnant.
Because not get choice, you not get house to go nowhere.
That do I even see him like someone who will not be able to take care of his child? If anybody get pregnant for him, he said, okay, thank God you're the one saying this. So the relationship started. It wasn't once, it wasn't twice. He kept demanding for sex.
So he had his way.
Yes, he had his way. And at each single time, he refuses to use the protection.
Are you serious?
And I made sure I always reminded him. I said, I ask you to use protection and you're always refusing. He said, I am in his house and I cannot call the shots. I can't tell him what to do in his house.
Of course, no.
So he called the shots and he decides what happened.
Exactly.
And I kept telling him, don't get me pregnant and expect me to go for abortion. Because I will not. I told him this. He said I should stop preaching. I said, no problem. He kept having his way. Now, this whole thing started in March.
When you say he kept having his way, what do you mean by that?
They keep
When I mean
having
that, he kept demanding for sex.
Was it, yes. Did it happen? Did he sleep with you? Did he have sex with you?
Oga,
Yes, he kept sleeping with me without protection.
Okay.
Yes. So,
this way. Okay, so now make we listen here.
I cannot call the shots. I can't tell him what to do in his house.
Wait, just one.
So he called the shots and he decides what happened. And I kept telling him, don't get me pregnant and expect me to go for abortion. because I will not. Yeah. I told him this. He said I should stop preaching. I said, no problem. He kept having his way. Now, this whole thing started in March.
When you say he kept having his way, what do you mean by that?
When I mean that, he kept demanding for sex.
Was it? Yes. Did it happen? Did they sleep with you? Did they have sex with you?
And it happened. Yes, he kept sleeping.
Mona, listen, how the man want to give her to another man? Oh, Mona, wait.
Meanwhile, the guy I was supposed to marry was still planning for the marriage. So I approached Apostle and I told him, I said, please, you are the general overseer of OPM and I'm having an affair with you. And the person who wants to marry me is an usher in the church. I don't think I can do this
anymore.
I don't want to put myself in the middle. I don't want to go ahead with this marriage whatsoever. At least let me know I'm dealing with one thing.
Yes.
I don't want to go ahead with the marriage. He said, no, if you go ahead with the marriage, what if the guy did not agree? What if people start suspecting? I said, suspect what? I don't want to go ahead with the marriage. This guy is an usher in your church. What do you think? So after the end of the day, after this whole affair and everything, I get married to this guy, and then I'll go to church and I'll be looking at the both of you. I don't want to put myself in this. He refused. So I couldn't keep quiet about it. I went to church that week. I met this guy. I told him, please, I don't want to go ahead with this marriage. I'm calling it off. Yes. The guy pled up and said one man was deceiving me. Somebody wants to take me away from him. He's not going to let me go. He has prayed. God told him and his wife. This and that. Was saying stuff. I left him because he started ranting. I was shouting. I was talking. I left him. This was in church. So before I knew it, the guy has gone to marriage committee, our assistant pastor, reported to so many people that he doesn't know who is trying to take me away from him because people knew us in the church. So they called me that day in Apostle's office. And Apostle started asking me why I wanted to call off the marriage in front of people.
Ew, poor girl.
He was not the one asking me why I wanted to call off the marriage. So I just told him, I don't want to marry the guy again. I don't want to go ahead with it. Because I knew at that time I couldn't say anything. So he was now that, I have told you, you have already told me this thing in the house. And I told you, don't worry, go ahead with the marriage. I'll set you up. I'll set the guy up. I'll do this. People will be okay. This one, that. I said that it's not about setting us up. So I told him, I don't want to go ahead with this marriage. He now said, in front of people were there in his office. He now said, I shouldn't worry about it. I'm just a child. That love grows. So when we get married after a while, that love will grow. I said, it's not about love. I personally do not want this marriage again. He refused, and I was objecting to it. So people started saying that why am I being disobedient? Why am I disobeying Apostle? That I'm ungrateful. Apostle picked me up, brought me up, and now Apostle is talking and I cannot obey him. The whole people in the church started saying I was ungrateful, I was a riffraff, I was a rat to even stand in front of Apostle and disobey him and stuff like that. And I left the office. That meeting was closed. We came back to the house. He would like that he's sorry. That he saw the way people were talking to me, that he's sorry.
Hey.
I didn't answer him.
Jesus.
That wasn't it. He kept asking for the sex.
Oh.
So after that day in church, I kept saying it, I don't want to marry this guy. His sisters, his workers, everyone in the compound that time, even in church, knew that Loveth said she did not want to marry, but Daddy was asking her to marry. Now, the problem is nobody knew what I was actually going through. Nobody knew what was the problem. And I couldn't have told anybody. Okay, imagine now, this whole story is out. People still don't want to believe. So imagine if I had said it then, who would have believed me?
Right.
Nobody would have believed me.
That's so Nigeria people be.
You went to a lab.
They not believe you. You carry your pain alone.
I went to a lab.
Never know them.
I actually can't remember, but I have that test result with me.
Okay.
That particular test result, I have it with me, and I still remember the hospital address.
Okay.
Yes. So I gave it to him. He saw it and was like, okay, you know what? Hold on, we will talk. Let me attend to my visitors. When he was done, he now called me. It was in his golden parlor. We went to his parlor. And then he started asking me that, what are we going to do? I said, we don't have to do anything. What are we going to do? This was your plan and you've succeeded. So why are you asking me what we are going to do? I told you I won't go for abortion. So you shouldn't even bring that idea. He said, what of your mother-in-law? I said, she's there. She's in the village. And I said, won't she know? I said, I don't know. He now said, but then you have to abort it.
Oh, now understand. You don't marry and give that small boy. Oh. Okay?
Yes, he said.
Before you and the small boy married, they know they do. They know they knack. Na pastor they knack
I
first.
made it clear to you.
Now after married, they knack. Listen.
You refuse. So this is the consequences of it, and I will not abort the pregnancy. Okay, come to even think of it. Day before yesterday was my wedding, and you're asking me to go for an abortion 2 days later. What if I don't get pregnant again? He said, don't worry. After the abortion, I'll pray for you. I said, I don't want.
He married this girl, give another person with pregnancy of him. God, the
and
wickedness is massive.
I left him because he wanted to make an issue out of it. You have to abort it. What if you now have the baby and people get to know? I said, are you even thinking about my own life at all? What if something happens to me? He said, after all, you're not the first. So many people must do that. Is it you that will not come and die? I didn't answer him. I just walked out and I left him. Came back to my house.
You're not the first. That means allegedly he has been doing that.
Probably, as of then, I left his house. That was on a Monday night. I left his house, go back to my house. The day was over. I went to sleep. The next day was 23rd, which was Tuesday. When I woke up in the morning, as usual, picked up my phone, I saw an alert, 100,000 naira. So if I am to trace my bank statement, there will be an alert from him, 100,000 naira to my account. And he also sent me a WhatsApp message. I have sent you money for the abortion, so you can go and do it. I said, okay, I don't hear. I didn't say any other thing to him. Later that day, he was calling me to ask me if I did it. I said, yes. I didn't want to talk to him. I just left. So, and that was it. A week passed, 2 weeks passed. So sometimes I was just thinking, I was like, what's the point of keeping the pregnancy away from him? He has to know. He has to be there. He has to get involved.
Exactly.
So I reached out to him. And I told him, I wanted to tell you something. He said, let him guess. I said, okay. He said, you did not have the abortion. I said, fine, you know, I did not do it. And I said, okay, thank God. Since I sent you that money, I've not been at peace. I've not done this. I've not done that. What if it's a baby boy? I was just thinking, have you gone for antenatal? I said, no. He said, okay, I will send you money. You have to do it. And I started antenatal. He was supportive and all. After the marriage, I left his house.
So it's a husband hustle.
And he continued the sex with someone else.
Okay.
I didn't know about that.
Fine. We were all in the house. And he had already started having sex with other girls before I left the house. So we all know about this.
I didn't know. Can you prove to me how you got
All those small girls where they take picture with, like this one, all of them.
We all know ourselves and we talk to ourselves.
Try.
What's the name of the person?
Favor.
There was Joy Joshua. There was Favor.
And they live there.
There were other people. Yes. It wasn't one.
Small, 13, 14,
Yes.
18.
So
I think they trade them.
I started attending antenatal and everything. He was supportive. Everything was going on well. And I was with my husband. So there was a day I was having problem. I think I was having abdominal pain. And I actually passed out in the house. My husband took me to the hospital. So it was the doctor in the hospital that confirmed to my husband that I was 7 weeks pregnant. Before now, he wasn't aware I was pregnant. The doctor confirmed in the hospital to my husband I was 7 weeks pregnant. My husband was like, doctor, we just married 2-3 weeks ago. Which one are you saying 7 weeks?
Because they're not knock before they marry.
Before the next day, I was back to the house. When I got to the house, Apostle called me. Where is my husband? I said, he's in the house. Say, give him phone. He started shouting for him. Why will you go and call Mrs. Ezendibo that your wife is pregnant? Must you tell everybody your problem? Must you tell everybody this? Can't you keep your problem to yourself? And the guy was like, that he just find out, and the thing was a shock to him. So he needed to tell somebody about to say, okay, if your wife does anything, you want to report it to anybody, report it to me. Don't go reporting it to someone else.
Baba.
This guy respects him so much and would never, ever think that he was actually behind it. So he told him, okay, daddy. And that was it. The guy never thought if any issue arises, he will call him. That this is what my wife is doing. My wife is this. My wife will not allow me to touch her. My wife will not do this. You say, don't worry, I will talk to her. You know, she's pregnant. Take it easy with it. Stuff like that. And the guy was buying it. So, 3 months into the pregnancy, someone else got pregnant for him.
Someone else?
Yes, someone else.
Like who? What's the name of
Joy Joshua.
Joshua? Where is she now?
She's currently in Lagos.
You send that one go Lagos.
Yeah, she has the baby.
Small girl.
She's in Lagos with the baby.
Yes.
Do you have her contact?
I don't have a contact, but currently she has been on my DM these few days.
Okay, no, I'm asking you.
No, sir.
All you're telling me now, I'm going to investigate this matter before I move on.
Okay.
No problem, sir. No problem.
You understand? Because if this is the outside of the story, you're telling me, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Because that's what we call character defamation.
Yes.
Defamation is when you say something that is not true.
Yes.
So if the person now go to court to sue you, let's have to prove beyond this level of fact that this is not true.
Okay.
If you have evidence, the person will lose the case. So I think I know he might have intelligent people around him, but they should tell him the truth. So we're not doing chess play here. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Go on. Don't be stressed.
So that was it. And then
Oh no. Okay, so guys, I go leave her here. Yeah. No be small thing, my hand don't they pay me. So this thing una here now. Una here say another one bought for her for Lagos. Another one also there, she also there here. So doctor say the girl get belle of 7 weeks. And the girl just marry the small boy when he married to, when this man and the man paid the money, do the wedding for them. So he just married that boy 3 weeks ago. After their marriage, before they come start to the knack, now so the pastor they tell them. But the pastor, before he go marry any girl give you, he go first the knack the girl. He go tell you, say, according to the word of God, you don't need to knack this girl. Now he go sponsor the marriage. Oh. So once he don't do the marriage for una go call go. So they get luck, they not go with pregnancy. But this one was pregnant 7 weeks. And they just married 3 weeks ago. So 7 weeks, the guy never the knacker. The guy could go call mommy of the church, not be another woman, to say, see, that one could go tell Papa. Papa could call the boy to say, how dare you report your marriage to somebody when I dey here? They tell me everything. May God help us all, my people. So everybody, when he get children for under the care of this man, it be you a poor woman, a poor father, and a poor mother. If you refuse to go and take your child, that 6 years old, all these 7 years, the girls' children, when you run down, all these 13, 14, if you not go collect your pikin from this man, God go judge you now. Because waiting those children, they pass through, their mouths is heavy, they no fit talk am. They no go fit talk am. This girl when they talk now, this man raise am. This man, now he raise am. He raise am as pikin, a daughter. Then later, what he do? He carry cassava follow am. All of them, now say they do that. Favor when he say go, Joy when he say go Lagos now. Automatic, that one don't they do it. Like, although they say they responsible for the house rent, everything, they are living there. That one they there now. Or not, he go just send you come. Once you carry belle, go send you come. Once you carry belle, he go send you come. If they do all of them one after the other. And tell me how God no go take punish this Chibuzor. Tell me how God no go take the same on somebody like this. You can imagine you 13, 14, 18. This girl was 18 at the time when this thing happened. Imagine this man you call your father, daddy. Man when they pay for your school fees, man when they take care of you. When you don't they call daddy, they hug, normal daddy hugging. Imagine this man call you over to say, want put cassava for your bekos. Like, and they say you not feel reject. Why? Because this girl not get has to go. It dey under the roof of the man. So all these small children, when they see say that they play up and down for that compound, maybe they give their time. You see some 6 years old girls, 7, 10, they get breast muscle. You see there, before he give any of the out, he go first make sure say he open the hole. This is what this evil man do. And you are telling me nobody can hold this man responsible? And they born for it. If Nigeria na correct country, they not go do DNA of these children with this man so they can persecute this man. They not do. You see lawless country? You see country where we come from, our children are not safe. Not be only him, oh, so many pastors. Even go online, go see as people they talk, say, hey, he not force you now. He only tell you, say, may you give her. Now you still go buy the condom come. Now no get sense. If the girl no buy come, where the girl go? You know here say the girl, if he come out, he go. Ordinary talk when they talk, when he be talk, say no go marry the man. When pastor say may marry. You know, see what church member don't gather and they call her, oh, grateful, don't be so nabi. Oh, grateful. After he have taken care of you, so you can't listen. You don't know saying a pastor don't they knock, so now make you see and finish. You don't know. Many of them go call like you when ugly. You pastor go touch you when you ugly. And so many of them they talk. Una they hardly believe these people because una don't so much believe all these agents of devil, darkness, Lucifer children. Una don't believe them so much. They try to do good on social media so that when something like this happen, their hidden secret will open. Una call oh, the man is too good now. They are just trying to tarnish his image. They are just saying, may God help us all. But if you get picking for that Nigeria, you go put her under the care of a pastor. And your pikin they pass through wetin they pass through today. Your pikin never feel open man. And once in a while when you go come there, your pikin no feel open man. Say, mommy, they chook hand though. The thing they pay me every time pastor they chook hand. Pastor they pull hand, they pull something. If you no go let the children, because when the children go even talk now when be the mama go first swallow na children. Pastor pray for Ramo devil, don't they use my pikin? Pastor pray for wetin religion go do now? Wetin religion go do now? Amat. I go soon. I bet Mona help me share this video, guys. I don't tell Mona say I got more problem with this my platform. Mona share the video for other people to see. This pastor, Oti, they bring you to book. Your matter, I go sit down on top. I am telling you. I go they tag you. You see as I don't they inbox you, so I go continue to the inbox you. You. Now God together with us. Now I go punish you. Now our God go just go carry cutlass or anything or carry rope. Go by yourself because you are disgusting. Go by yourself. Give RIP to yourself before you go get to that stage. Just take rope or go buy that thing where they drink calm in peace and go to hellfire and burn because you are wicked. A child you call your daughter. All of them, your daughter, you raise them. Yeah, no doubt about that. You pick them from streets, you put them at home, and you have a reason of doing that. You are not doing it because I just like doing good. I like doing good. If somebody to do good, fear them. Fear them. You are destroying the future of our children. Once you don't destroy them, you go find one mumu usher when they lie down. The daddy, you carry and give them. You don't see the kpekus, don't enter from up and down, from back and everywhere. You don't turn these children, give them, tell them, make they pull mat, they drink your cassava, and you can't dash them to one man, tell them, say it's well with them. It shall never be well with you. If you can get away with your money, you bribe court, bribe judge, bribe everybody. I understand where we come from. It's a very corrupt country. I know. But you cannot deceive God. You cannot deceive God. This hopeless and a useless apostle Chibuzor. No even know we be a canny. All these small 6 years when they are around all these guests. Mona go use egg test them. You go say go enter proof. You don't they use them around them. Around them. So you see they run to your bedroom to hug you as a father. But you bye.